I'm not an actor, and I don't pretend to play an actor on television. I'm just a trial lawyer, and I've enjoyed trying cases, litigating cases for the last 32 years. And part of that journey for me has been to learn new communication skills, new persuasion skills so that I can win my cases for my clients. What I've noticed is with social media, with the digital platforms, video and live videos specifically, many of the communication techniques that I've used in court and that I've discovered work really, really well for me work well on live video and video also. So that's what this course, this mini course on video for professionals is all about. It's not about lighting, it's not about digital technology, it's about things you can do during your videos. For example, using your hands. Okay, you can practice using your hands instead of sitting behind a desk with your hands folded and looking like a bump on a log and sharing a video with your clients, which is what most professionals do. I want you to be animated. I want you to use your hands. I want you to walk around. I want you to communicate in both verbal and non-verbal ways with your audience. And that's what today's video is all about. Okay. So let's start first of all with keeping in mind when you're shooting a video. And I see this mistake being made all the time. Understand what's in your background, okay? You don't want to shoot a video with a shower curtain, dirty dishes in the sink, people walking back and forth. Be selective and be intentional about what's in your background. I think that's really, really important. If you followed me for any length of time on social media, which you know and understand, is I love shooting videos while I'm out and about. Oftentimes, if I'm going for a run down at Strands Beach, if I'm flying the drone, if I'm riding my mountain bike, that's when I do my best thinking. And I'll think of something that I want to share. And I'll pull out my smartphone right away and I'll just share my thought, my suggestion, my tip, whatever it might be. Oftentimes it's newsjacking, and we're going to talk about that in another course. But when I do that, you guys, I'm aware of what's in my background. Not only for privacy purposes, and I want to respect other people's privacy, but I want to make sure that when I pull my phone up and when I shoot a video, something interesting's in the background. There's a message that I'm trying to send, whether I'm out and about with the ocean in the background, if I'm doing a community service event for Rotary, I want to make sure that I've got other Rotarians in the video. I want to make sure that I'm sharing the full message, not by just what I'm saying, but with what you're saying. I mean, this is video. This Rotary shirt is not a coincidence. I intentionally wore this shirt today to shoot this video. Okay, you want to plan ahead, you want to respect the time and intention of your audience, and so when you're communicating using video, when you want to be persuasive using video, make sure you take into consideration how you look and what your background is. Now, when I say how you look, some of my best videos are early in the morning when I've gotten up, I haven't showered or shaved, I'm dripping wet from sweat, and I'll pop on the video, and I've had really good traction and feedback from those videos because people are seeing another side of who I am as a lawyer, as a professional, and that works. I've given myself permission to show myself in the real world when I'm doing things, when I'm not in my suit, when I'm not all spit and polish. So it's okay to shoot video and live video when you're just being yourself, but be intentional about it. Understand how do you look, what's the purpose of your video, what's the message you're trying to send, and what's in your background. So keep all of that in mind, okay? The next thing I want to talk about is making eye contact. One of the biggest mistakes I see professionals make when shooting video or live video is they're doing something different from what I'm doing right now. You don't need to be perfect with video, everybody, okay? You want to be real and communicate good content that's helpful to your audience, and people will stick around and watch, they'll listen, they'll connect, they'll engage, and they'll reach out to you for their professional needs. What I'm doing right now is I am looking, and this is a trick, and it's hard to do, it takes a while to learn how to do this, but it's very, very important. I'm looking at the lens in my camera. I've got my iPhone on a tripod, and the lens happens to be right over here on the left side of the iPhone. I'm not looking, and I am right now just to show you how it looks different, I'm not looking at me or at the video. If I was looking at myself talking to you right now, this is what it looks like. I'm not making eye contact with. So when you're using video, whether it's a camera, whether it's, and I'm back to you now, whether it's a camera, you're holding the camera in your hand, whether it's on a tripod, whether it's professional video type of setup, you've got to force yourselves to look at the lens on the camera to make digital eye contact. I want to make contact with you in your digital eyeballs as opposed to looking over here while I'm speaking or looking at a script while I'm trying to communicate to you. So Let's say the topic of today's video is about how great social media is for professionals to use to connect with their audience, to take their brand from local to global, to build relationships and to get new referrals, not only from across the street, from the other side of the world. If I'm talking to you about this topic, then I want to look at you in the digital eyeballs, right? That's how we connect. The eyes, are the windows to the soul. And if I'm doing this and I'm reading a script, but I'm not making eye contact with you, it's not going to work. Oftentimes, this is a huge problem when professionals use teleprompters to do their videos. They're looking at the teleprompter, which is set up right here. They're reading the teleprompter. They're not making any mistakes with respect to what they say, the words that they choose, or sentence structure, but it doesn't feel good. It doesn't look real, like I'm looking at you right now. So I don't like scripts. I don't like to use teleprompters. What I do like to do is make sure I'm looking at you in the digital eyeballs. Now here's where it gets tricky. When you're shooting live video, when I'm on a live video program, an interview type of show, and I've got my desktop monitor or my laptop monitor in front of me, what you'll find is most people using live video will be looking at themselves like this in the video screen. They're not looking at the camera. And because they're not looking at the camera, they're not making eye contact. They're not connecting with their audience. So if you're doing a live video show, if you're interviewing somebody, or if you're being interviewed, make sure that while you're speaking, you're looking into the lens of your webcam, the lens of your phone. You'll be able to see over on the side, you're gonna see movement, you're gonna see a blur, you're gonna see people interacting, but I'm looking at you. Now it's okay every once in a while to glance over and then come back, but always force yourself to come back to the lens. This is a huge issue when it comes to using video and live video. And as a professional, if you do this one thing, if you focus at looking at the lens when you speak, and it's something that's going to take time to learn how to do, it'll be much more effective than if you simply look away or you're reading off of a teleprompter, because that doesn't work. The next tip I'd like to share with you is to be aware of your facial expression. I know some amazing professionals out there that I love being around. They're some of the funniest people I've ever met. They are some of the brightest and most intelligent people I've ever met, but they have the same facial expressions. If they're joking, if they're serious, if they're trying to focus on what someone else is saying, if they're talking, they look the same all the time. They're not allowing their facial expressions to communicate their message. So some people will sit here like this, and they'll talk about something really important, something that can change the world. They wonder why they're not getting any feedback or any positive reaction or engagement from their audience. Geez, I don't know. All right, so, and I actually used to be that way. Believe it or not, I actually had to work at being more animated. And it's something that you get more comfortable with doing over time. For me, I try to focus on keeping my eyes open as opposed to being squinty like this. Maybe I can't see the screen. Sometimes I need glasses. It depends on how tired I am, and so I find myself squinting. So I've made a point to always focus on keeping my eyes open, trying to keep a big smile on my face. Even when it's serious, you can still smile. But use your facial expressions during your video. Don't be that guy or gal sitting behind their desk, not moving and talking like Eeyore and wondering why nobody's calling his or her office. Let the beauty, the art, the song inside of you, let it come out during your videos, and especially emphasize it with your facial expressions. It's just gonna make all the difference in the world. Little pro tip here. If you're on a video with somebody else, if you're doing a live video show and you've just asked a question and your guest is answering the question, or somebody else on the show is answering a question, and you guys have seen this on the evening news, on the evening talk shows, if you're still on camera, be aware of that. If you're still on camera, I want to see you smile. I want you to pay attention to how you're coming across, even when you're not the focus of that question or that answer. It doesn't have to be an artificial smile. You certainly don't want to sit there and frown while everyone else on the show is having a good time. Just be aware that you're on camera, and every once in a while look over, every once in a while nod, every once in a while smile, and I think you'll come across, as you should, as a more genuine, caring, thoughtful human being who happens to be a professional that does whatever he or she does, right? So be aware of your facial expressions. That's the next pro tip I want to share with you. The next item I would like you guys to pay attention to are gestures. What are your hands doing? What's your expression in response to a question? Something happens, how do you come across in dealing with that? What is your audience looking at? How are you using your hand? If I'm going through 3 points on how to be persuasive, number 1. Number 2. Number 3 is much more effective than saying, while you're sitting behind your desk with your Eeyore voice, the first thing you need to do is A. The second thing you need to do, as I look over at my teleprompter, is B, and the third thing that you need to do is C, and that's how you're persuasive in life. It's not the way it works. I'd rather have you wing it, okay? I'd rather have you use your smile, use your hands. Okay, let's go. There's 5 steps to being persuasive. Let me go through them with you right now. Number 1, state the problem, okay? State the problem that we all need to deal with. Number 2, agitate the problem. Okay, use facts, use stories to show why this problem is so bad for your audience, for your client, for the jury, for opposing counsel. Number 3, now see what I'm doing? I'm trying to be animated. I'm trying to focus on my facial expressions. I'm using my hands. I could use items, devices, exhibits, whatever it might be, and we're going to talk about that. Number 3, because this is a real 5-step process, so let's just jump right into it. A little bonus for this video. Number 3, provide a solution. Provide a detailed, clear and concise and easy to understand solution. Number 4, show your audience how they can apply that solution to their unique problem, okay? Their unique challenge. Number 5, call to action. Give your audience permission to take that next desired step. In your presentation, through steps 1 through 4, empower your audience to take that next step so that you can get the results that you want, whether it's a sales pitch, whether I'm trying a case and I'm looking for a particular verdict. Step 5 is to empower your audience with a call to action that they will want to take for you, for your client, for your company, whatever it might be. So that's what I'm talking about with hand gestures, with body language. Just make sure that you're not sitting there like this, where you can go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, right? Have some fun with it. Be animated. Now, the next topic is related to what I was just talking about. It's posture and body language, okay? Be aware of how you're standing or sitting. Sit straight up, stand straight up, shoulders back, chin up. Have that body language, that posture of confidence, especially if you're a professional where it's your job is to help someone else. And that's what most of us do. So come across as being confident. If you're standing up, okay, like I am right now, and I love to do videos while I'm standing. I'm not really a sitting kind of guy, but when I'm standing up straight, my shoulders are back. Got the video positioned where I think it complements the portion of my body in the video that I'm shooting, as opposed to, for example, if I was 10 steps back, I would be too small in this video. If I was too close, that's kind of awkward being so close to somebody. We each need our personal space, even when it comes to videos. So pick a distance from your video, just like I am right now. So you're 1/3 of the video, kind of stand off to the side, but also be aware of your body language and your posture, and that's what we're talking about. If you're shooting a video while you're sitting at your desk, if you're shooting a video while you're straddling your mountain bike, your dirt bike, whatever it might be, sitting out by the pool, pay attention to your posture, okay? Don't slump over. Don't give that impression that you're tired, you don't have any energy, you're having a bad day. These are things that send the wrong nonverbal message to your audience who's watching the video or watching the live stream or live video. So pay attention to posture. Next is appearance. We touched upon this a little bit earlier in the video, but I want to come back to it one more time because I think it's so important. Not only are your surroundings important, and not only is how you look important, because I want you to be real, I want you to be selectively transparent, okay? But pay attention to your appearance. In other words, if you're shooting a video like I am right now, And the purpose of today's video is a casual but professional video shot from my office. Okay, I made sure that, I combed my hair, shaved this morning, put on a clean shirt. Sometimes you'll see people in videos with food stains on their shirts. I'm telling you, I had an interview 3 or 4 days ago, and the person who's pretty well known who was interviewing me had like oatmeal or something on his or her. I'm not gonna rat them out. Had oatmeal on their shirt. It's so easy to avoid creating a situation where people are distracted because of something else that's happening. Just pay attention to your appearance and pay attention to how you come across. Now, having said that, and one reason I wanted to come back to this is if something happens, okay? If something happens during a live video that's unexpected, a bird flies by, poops on your head. I've had that happen, you guys. It happens, especially if you're down where the seagulls are down at the beach. If a car comes by and honks while you're doing something outside, maybe at a community service function or event, embrace it. Have fun with it. Even if it's a serious video, even if it's a serious interview, take a step back and don't ever be afraid to laugh at yourself, okay? It's okay. Everyone will get a kick out of what just happened, and then take a deep breath and then move forward with your interview. Move forward with your video. Don't let it throw you off, but always make sure that you regroup and you drill back into why you're doing this video, because time and attention are your audience's biggest assets in today's busy world. You want to respect their time, you want to respect their attention. So get right back on point with whatever your message is. Now, having said that, here's a little side note. When you're using live video, when you're live streaming, most of the platforms allow for real-time comments. So while I'm looking at the lens here, over here there's going to be comments streaming in, questions, people commenting about what you're talking about. Sometimes you might have a troll come in and say something, trying to get a laugh out of everybody. Whatever. What you need to do with live video is you need to incorporate that real-time chat into your conversation. Big deal here, you guys, and this is where a lot of really awesome professionals drop the ball when it comes to live video. This is a live video presentation. You're not pushing out a one-way message. You're engaging with your audience. So while you're engaging and you're inviting questions and the questions are coming in, what you need to learn how to do, and it's a completely different way of communicating or speaking, but you need to pause and look over while you're talking. For example, let's say I'm talking about the power of live video. Live video allows you to connect with people from all over the world. There's a question here from Bob from New York. Hey Bob, it's good to see you. I hope you're staying warm and dry in New York City. And Bob wants to know, what's my favorite live video platform that I like to use, whether it's from my office desktop or from my phone. So let me answer Bob's question, and then we'll get right back on point with the show. You need to incorporate what's going on in live video into your broadcast, and then you need to pivot back and get right back to the meat of your show. Voice tone, voice reflection, the calculated pause. All of these things are tremendously valuable when it comes to communicating, for me in the courtroom, but also on video and live video. You can change your voice to emphasize something that you'd like to point out to your audience. You don't have to talk like this all the time, even when you're announcing to the world that there was just an earthquake. We have a lot of earthquakes here in Southern California. If I'm live videoing with you, if we're having a video right now and all of a sudden there's an earthquake, whoa, did you guys feel that? We just had an earthquake. I'm telling you, that was pretty intense. Let me take a deep breath. Okay, everybody okay? All right, let's get back to it. It's okay to use voice inflection, tone, tempo, volume, intensity. Are you talking to me? Are you talking to me? Be animated. And depending on what you're talking about, use all of these different factors, all of these different approaches to make your point when speaking in a video. You can speak softly, or you can get to one of your favorite parts of a video, and that's what I'm going to be doing next. So the last area I'd like to chat with you guys about when it comes to using video or live video is don't be afraid to use props. Props will really help you make your point. For example, April, which is when I'm shooting this video, is Distracted Driving Awareness Month. And for those of you that know me, I'm a big advocate of helping raise awareness as to the dangers of distracted driving and hopefully saving lives. What a lot of people don't realize is that when you're traveling 55 miles an hour, which is the average speed that most people are traveling in Southern California, especially on the freeways, it's probably faster than that. The average distracted driver spends 3 to 5 seconds looking down at their phone, and at that speed, you're traveling the length of a football field, maybe longer, blindfolded. That's what it's like to be a distracted driver. Now, I can tell you that during a live video, but what if I did something like this? Traveling at 55 miles an hour, you guys, for 3 to 5 seconds with a blindfold, the length of a football field. How many of you think you can do this safely? How many of you would like your kids to be driving their car with a blindfold on? I mean, wow, it's pretty scary, isn't it? Props will help you make your point. So don't be afraid to incorporate props into your videos. For example, if I was talking about new iPhone technology and using your iPhone to shoot videos, I might break out my new iPhone box. Hey you guys, let's open up the box together and let's take a look at what's inside. There's just something about using a prop, Apple Watch, okay, that has cellular service. You can use this as a phone. It's one thing for me to tell you about it. It's another thing for me, and I'm looking back in the lens. See, I just made the mistake of looking at what was in the camera. Looking at you again, it's another thing for me to show you how powerful this watch is, how it works. I'm going to take it off my wrist and we're going to go through all the functions together. Do you see how much more interactive that is? It just makes a huge difference when you use props during a video, okay? Spent the last 26 minutes going over what I think are some of the most important tips, important approaches, most effective approaches that I've come across since I started using video, it's been 10, 15 years, you guys. And I'm embarrassed. When I look at my first videos that I created, actually like in the back office with the green screen here at the law firm, even though some of those videos have, over the years, gotten 50, 60, 70,000 views, I mean, it's pretty incredible on YouTube. The fact of the matter is, I'm embarrassed when I see those videos. They're ineffective, they're way too long, and pretty much everything that I've talked to you guys about today, I did wrong. And only over time, only with continuing to practice what we've talked about, have I gotten better and more comfortable. And I know for a fact that the more you use video, the more you live stream and use live video, the more you focus on some of the tips that we've gone through today during today's course, I know you're going to be more comfortable and more effective and more persuasive. And frankly, you'll be building the type of brand you want to build on video and live video by incorporating these techniques into your daily video and live video efforts. My name's Mitch Jackson. I really appreciate you guys coming by and sharing the last 30 to 45 minutes with me. If you have any questions, reach out. And if you're interested in becoming part of my LegalMinds Mastermind community over at legalminds.lawyer, this is the kind of stuff that we talk about all the time. We have a global community of professionals, mostly lawyers, but not all lawyers. You don't have to be a lawyer to be part of the LegalMinds Mastermind. But what we do is we share different approaches and different tips regarding social media and using social media to market our practices, to build our brands, and to build better relationships on a global basis. So this is what we do every single day over at LegalMinds. That's it. You guys take care. Have a great day. Make each day your masterpiece. Bye-bye.